Hello and welcome everybody again to PRA Network on Twitch, PRA Network 2 on YouTube. I am your host Justin Phoenix, and tonight I am solo in the booth. So you got to deal with me and me alone tonight. Maybe we'll have some in-race reporters, but other than that, it'll just be me. And so good to see everybody again out here tonight. We are at Rockingham Speedway tonight for some awesome action here on the iRacing platform. This is race 3 of the Grid Finder Nostalgia series. And I'm just pulling up some information. I apologize for the lack of coherency there. Tonight's race will be 150 laps at Rockingham Speedway 2012. We're going to have 2 laps of qualifying. That'll come here in about 17 minutes. We'll have a 5-minute warm-up, and then the race. Starting zone tonight, there is none. Like in the modern NASCAR, there is not one in Nostalgia NASCAR. We're in the Gen 4 cars tonight, as previous weeks. And so we will have one trial at the green-white checkered. We'll have lucky dogs. And that's about it with the race rules. I don't think we have the normal crew here tonight. I think it might be Joey Kuba. I'm not 100% sure. Normally we have Shannon Milliken as our race control, but I think it's Joey Kuba tonight, but I could be wrong. I didn't verify that before the race. And so, yeah, welcome everybody to tonight's race. I'm flying solo. I apologize if it's not the most professional thing, but I will do my best by myself here. You guys that usually watch on Monday nights in the Short Track League, you'll be used to this because this is what I normally do by myself anyway. And I just want to give a shout out to Jacob O'Keefe. He's got some family things that he has to take care of tonight, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. So hopefully he can be back next week, but if not, we understand. Real life comes first. This is just a video game. We try to hype this up as realistic as it is. iRacing's the best platform out there for sim racing. But at the end of the day, none of us are making money to do this. So real life comes first. So we appreciate you, Jacob O'Keefe, for being with us so far this season, and hopefully we'll see you back next week. And so with that, we're going to give you a little bit of history with the Rockingham Speedway track. It's also known as The Rock. Opened in 1965 and hosted NASCAR's Top Series until 2004. With legends like Petty and Earnhardt winning, it became famous for its high-bank, D-shaped 1.017-mile layout after a 1969 reconfiguration. And iRacing digitally recreated this classic track, allowing sim racers to experience its challenging tire wear and drafting dynamics in various NASCAR and other series. Its opening it was North Carolina Motor Speedway, October 31st, 1965, with Curtis Turner winning the inaugural American 500. Reconfiguration in 1969 to the D-shaped high-banked 1.017-mile oval, making it a challenging track known for tire wear. In NASCAR's heyday, it hosted 2 NASCAR Cup weekends annually until 2004, with iconic winners including Richard Petty with 11 wins, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon. Later years, they hosted NASCAR Trucks, ARCA, and other series. But then they faced financial issues, and it was sold, eventually used for storage and logistics. There is a brief return to NASCAR here soon, hopefully. Hopefully we'll see that. Dale Jr.'s been doing really good at getting all the old tracks back. iRacing.com features a laser scan version of this historic track, known for its difficult tire conservation and drafting, making it a favorite for challenging NASCAR, Silver Crown, and other series in simulation. In the virtual track is a staple in eNASCAR, iRacing's official and special events, including the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. Call it Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina Motor Speedway, or just The Rock. Rockingham is among stock cars racing's most historic racetracks. Opened in 1965, Rockingham hosted 2 NASCAR weekends annually, as we discussed. It opened as a flat 1-mile track, but then turned into what you see now, the D-shaped oval. So notable winners, we did mention Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon, but other notable winners was David Pearson, Cale Yarborough, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Allison, Neil Bonnet, Kyle Petty, and others. There's many others that have won races here. This used to be, for the longest time, the second race on the schedule right after Daytona. So it really it would have a lot of ratings due to the fact that it was just right after the biggest race of the year. And I can remember when I was a child, when Earnhardt passed away in 2001, Steve Park won the very next race at the Rockingham Speedway, and it was an emotional experience because he was in the DEI car, which was owned by Dale Earnhardt himself. So it was a very emotional race, the very next race after his death. And so there have been some historic moments here at Rockingham Speedway. And hopefully we're going to see yet another historic race here in the PRA Nostalgia Cup Series. Grid Finder Nostalgia Cup Series presented by PRA. And if you don't know me, my name is Justin Phoenix. Normally, for the Nostalgia Cup Series, we've had Jacob O'Keefe in the booth with me, but he's not here with us tonight. And so I'm flying solo, and let's check and see if there's anybody that wants to talk to me. I see J.D. Biddle. Hey, J.D. Biddle, you up for a pre-race interview, buddy?
Brother, I'm about as ready as I'm ever going to be.
Well, give us some of your insights and thoughts on the race tonight before we get started. We got about 10 minutes left to practice.
Well, man, I did a little practice a couple days ago. I felt pretty good about it. I'm out here on track now. All my confidence is pretty much gone. This track, it's bumpy. It's humpy. It'll throw you around, take you for a ride. I mean, that exit out of turn 2 is diabolical if you don't hit it just right. There's some heavy hitters in here. I think they'll be okay. I think we're going to see, we have the possibility to see a caution fest here tonight, though, the way this track feels. But I could be wrong, but I'm not feeling too confident about it at this point in time.
Well, maybe we'll see that change throughout the race. There might be some others that have issues as well. We're riding on board with you, so no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too, the confidence, like I'm just trying to see how hard I can push it now. So I'm spinning a lot, I'm hitting the walls a lot. I'm just trying to find a groove here. I'm sure like during the race, I try to back it down, not overdrive it. We'll probably be okay, but like right there, it gets real slick. Kind of just, you can go for a ride if you're not careful, but I think we'll be all right. I'm pushing it pretty hard now here in practice, just trying to find the limit of it, but it seems like that limit's real easy to find here.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome race. It's going to be fun to watch you. You're in 4th place in the standings. Do you think this will be a good standings race for you?
If I can keep it on track and out of the wall, I think we got a good possibility here to make something happen. I don't know if we'll get another podium like we did 2 weeks ago. That'd be sweet if we did. I'm not trying to hold my hopes too high here, but I think if we can keep it on track and out of the wall, we should be okay.
Well, we will look forward to you getting a good finish tonight, and we'll be rooting for you from the booth, buddy. I might pull you in here a couple times during the race. Was that somebody screaming?
Yeah, I think it was somebody on the in-game radio.
I heard it a little bit. Well, anyway, I'm going to pull you back into the In-Race Reporter channel. I might pull you back in here a couple times during the race. I'm in here by myself, so it'll at least give me a break to take a drink or something.
Fair enough, man. It's good to hear from you. Look forward to seeing what happens tonight.
Yep, good luck.
Thank you.
That was J.D. Biddle, everybody. He's fourth place in the standings right now. And speaking of the standings, last week he got a third place finish. But we're going to pull the standings up here just to give everybody an idea. Jacob Schneider is your points leader, 35 points ahead of Thomas Coonan, who is second. Daniel Blanco third, J.D. Biddle fourth, Cody Johnson in fifth, Dan Atkinson sixth, Landon Lacey seventh, Chucky Walden in eighth, Jerry Hendrickson in ninth. He got a lot of points from getting an LPP, last place points, from week one. We won't be retroactively adding any more last place points provisionals, but to kind of give an idea of what that is, and we just saw JD just smack the wall there, we're going to pull it off of him and let's see what else is going on. But to give an idea of what last place points is, if you don't know if you can make the race, you can post a LPP, which is last place points, and you will receive points as if you finished last place in the race. And I'm answering a question. I'm answering a question in our officials channel, sorry. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Last place points will give you points as if you finished last place. That way, if you got a miss, we know that real life comes first. And so instead of losing out 185 points on whoever wins the race, you only miss out on however many cars were there. So if there's 16 in the field, you finish 17th. So it's a whole lot better than losing out every point of the race. And it could be the difference between winning a championship and not for some. I mean, there's emergencies that pop up, so it happens. And so you see the team point standings. We have the Sunset Bend Motorsports and the board, and Jacob Schneider Racing and Davis Family Racing. Sunset Bend is Daniel Blanco, and a few of his buddies. I kind of forgot who all's in it. You can see right here, Daniel Atkinson, David Nannon, and Zachary Wrights are all part of Sunset Bend with Daniel Blanco, who is third in points, who is also employed by GridFinder and is the reason why we got this partnership going on for this series in the first place. So we thank him and appreciate him for working with us. It's been quite a long year of working with GridFinder up to this point, behind the scenes before this thing actually took place. I appreciate all the admins at GridFinder, always help them when we have issues with the site or whatever. They're doing an amazing job of getting a platform up for everybody to find league racing under almost any sim racing / arcade racing platform. And with that being said, I'm going to let GridFinder speak for itself. We'll be right back.
Testing. Gotcha.
And we are back. I had to mute the in-game voice chat there for a second. I didn't realize I had it turned back on. Seems like sometimes when you do updates with iRacing, it defaults all your settings back to what they were before the update, which can get annoying a little bit. But as you can see on the scorecard, we have 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining of this practice session before the qualifying begins. And another thing that I wanted to throw up here is we use Sim Racer Hub for all our point standings and stats keeping in the iRacing League. It's something I want to see Grid Finder going to pretty soon for all games, so that'll be awesome. But we do currently do our racing stats on Sim Racer Hub, so let's throw that up there for a second, and I will go for a brief break right before the qualifying session, and I will be right back. I am back. Welcome back to the broadcast. Sorry for the brief break, but I wanted to make sure that everything was clear before we started. So, it looks like we're going to have a little fewer numbers of drivers out here tonight than we had last week. All right. Getting ready for qualifying, and it looks like Thomas Coonan is on the top of the board in the practice session. He's going to have a little bit of an advantage over Jacob Schneider, it seems. We shall see, because Jacob Schneider has had numerous poles in a row. We're going to keep it on. Watch. Thomas Coonan take a lap around here. So it looks like he likes the high line. Coming out of turn. Oh, he wiggled a little bit. All right, he gets a second lap at least. He rubbed the wall in turn number one. Now he's going to call it quits. I think he's going to have another opportunity at it. Watch Rodney Roberts in the Kevin Harvick 29. That car looks amazing. It's like he's done it himself. He's got the PRA stickers on the back. Rodney's on the top of the board right now. 3 minutes remaining in the qualifying session. Rodney's made 2 laps. Oh, David Nannon destroyed it. I don't know if that was intentional. I just switched over to him. Jacob Schneider is on the point right now, riding the high line in that 81 AT&T Fiber. He switched his sponsor. It's Jacob Schneider in the AT&T car. He gave a shout out to him last week. Oh, Jacob's on the pole right now. Oh, I'm sorry. That tickled me a little bit. That is funny right there. The 81 AT&T car. That's what we're gonna holler out a lot tonight, I believe. JD Biddle just got a 2X. Daniel Blanco got a 3rd right now. Is Thomas Coonan going to come back out for another lap? Landon Lacey is making laps right now. We got 1 minute and 47 seconds. Landon Lacey's on the 3rd position on his first lap. He's got a whole nother lap to go. He's in a 95 on his paint scheme, but he's number 24 in reality. So we're going to have to keep watching that. And a second lap puts him in 2nd place. Is Thomas Coonan not going to make another lap? That means he's going to start in the back. We got Robert Hensley, Thomas Coonan, Dan Atkinson, Jeremy Poole, and Paul Boomershine. All have not qualified. I don't know if they've left the service or they're just going to take a do not qualify and start in the back. I don't know. But with that being said, it looks like if Thomas Coonan, he doesn't have enough time to make a lap now. Jacob Schneider gets another pole position. I think that gives him, that's 3 in a row in this series, but I think it's 13 in a row total. But I don't know exactly. I'd have to go back and check my stats and see how many he didn't get in the short track league last season. But yep, Jacob Schneider in the 81 AT&T car is our pole sitter for tonight. We got a 5-minute warm-up session. All right, so starting order for tonight's race. We'll discuss that when the race starts. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat and lost my train of thought. I apologize. This is why you have 2 people in the booth. I'm not good at multitasking, so I apologize for that. Wired is in the chat. Good old NASCAR stuff. Yep, that's right. Good old NASCAR stuff. We love you, Wired. Thanks for watching. But we are live both on PRA Network 2 on YouTube and PRA_Network on Twitch. You can watch on either side. We're simulcasting every week on both channels. Hope everybody had a good holiday weekend, holiday season. It's a new year in the United States, and we're looking for good things in 2026 here for PRA and Grid Finder. I'm also working on a little bit more professional broadcasting software, but that's still down the road for me. We're seeing this 5-minute warm-up session. So let's talk about favorites. Last week, we saw Thomas Kunin and Jacob Schneider door banging with the last 10 laps of the race after the late race caution. We've had 2 cautions the entire season so far, and both of them happened right at the very end of the race. And that late race caution caused a pretty exciting finish between Schneider and Kunin. They put on a classic that will be talked about throughout PRA history. It's not often on the iRacing platform that you get to see 2 cars door banging and neither one of them crash. Which is ultimately why Jacob Schneider gave a shout out to his his internet company. And we will be getting ready for the start of the race here in just a moment. I'm taking care of some things. I'm sorry for the things popping up on the screen. Taking care of some things right before the race. We love that. This is why I like having a second person here with me. They can fill the void, and I apologize. All right. We should be ready to go here, and I apologize for that delay. Jacob Schneider is on the point. You can see the starting order that's on the screen. I apologize again. Got to refresh Trading Paints. Trading Paints went down today, so some of the paints are not showing up. That's what I'm dealing with right now, right before the race starts. And so we're going to see some gray cars for a moment until they all load. Excuse me. There it is. Now we can see the 24. All right. Sorry about that. Jacob Schneider in first. Landon Lacey second. Rodney Roberts is third. Daniel Blanco fourth. David Nannon fifth. J.D. Biddle sixth. Jerry Hendrickson seventh. Derek Prater eighth. Joey Kuba ninth. Dylan Davis 10th. Mark Radowski 11th. Chucky Walden 12th. Thomas Coonan 13th. Paul Boomershine 14th. Jeremy Poole in 15th. Robert Hensley 16th. Dan Atkinson rounds out your running order in 17th position. We're going to get ready for the start of this race here at Rockingham, the Rock. Who will it be at the checker flag tonight? Will it be Jacob Schneider again? Green flag racing. Here we go. Race number 3 in the Grid Finder Nostalgia Series. We have the two AT&T cars, 1 and 2, right at the beginning of the race. We got the Grid Finder car in third. Here we go. Green flag racing, a back stretch on the first lap of the race. We see the two AT&T cars off into the corners. Riding on board right now with Daniel Blanco of the Grid Finder team. So we're going to see a little bit of different strategies here. There's a lot of tire wear that comes into play at this track, as we spoke before the race started. Chucky Walden has a 2X. He must have hit the wall. Let's check it out. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Oh, goodness gracious. There is a 4X right now. Here we go. We're seeing it live. Oh, my gosh. Who was that? Was that a caution? How is that not a caution? We're back live. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on already. Crash right off the bat. I think it was the 87 of Mark Radowski. Let's watch it one more time. He just loses it right in front of Chucky Walden. Several cars involved. I think that should have been a caution. But, you know, I'm not the one running the race. All right, well, we're still under green. The cars, there's been 4 cars already out of the race, already destroyed. It started with Mark Radowski. He got loose and just went straight into the outside wall. I was actually actively watching the replay of whatever happened to Chucky Walden in the first incident, and in the meantime, there was a second one that was even worse. That is unfortunate for the 3 car. Right off the bat, we're watching Jacob Schneider right now. There's the 3 car destroyed in the pits. That makes me sad. No caution, though. Now we're going to run through the field here. We got Jacob Schneider in first, Landon Lacey in second, Daniel Blanco in third, Derek Prater in fourth, Rodney Roberts in fifth, Jerry Hendrickson in sixth, Thomas Coonan in seventh, J.D. Biddle in eighth. He's got a battle with Dylan Davis in ninth, David Nannon in 10th, Paul Boomershine in 11th, Joey Kuba in 12th, Jeremy Poole in 13th, and the rest are either on pit road getting repairs or are out of the race. Dan Atkinson is already retired from this race. That is hard to see in the first 10 laps of the race. It was actually like 4 laps into the race. Yeah, it was lap 3 that it took place. Well, right now we're just running laps. We got 140 laps to go. Jacob Schneider leading 1 second over Landon Lacey. Let's go watch the battle that's taking place back here for 5th, 6th, and 7th. And there's Chucky Walden. Is that Chucky Walden? It's shiny like his car. No, it's not him. I'm sorry. It's number 15, Derek Prater. He's shiny like Chucky's card, so I just misplaced it. My bad. There is a battle here between these 4 cars. I talked with Rodney Roberts earlier this week. He's got a new setup, and so he's got to learn the ropes all over again in a new setup. He traded from upgraded from the Logitech G29, I think. I think that was what he said. We almost got a 3-wide battle here for 5th place. The 4th place, actually. We've caught up to Thomas Coonan. Thomas is running that high line. That's probably going to eat those tires. We have had 14 laps of this race. Already had calamity in the first 3 laps of the race. We had admins talking in the background how that should have been a caution right off the bat. And I agree. There was 4 cars involved. That should have definitely been a caution. But that's not within our rules, so we keep it going green right now. Next week, we may have a difference. We don't have an active admin that's out of the race watching the race tonight, so we already have people have DNF, Chucky Walden, Robert Hensley, and Dan Atkinson, and that's really hard to see. I'm sorry. But we've got a little bit of a shake up here in the standings right now. Derek Prater is moving backwards. Rodney Roberts is now on his tail. He's now on the inside. He's going to try to take 6th place from Derek Prater. That 29 car looks so good. I love it. I'm a huge Harvick fan. As you see, Rodney, he's taking the middle to the bottom line. And the Derek gets the wall. Derek gets the wall. That's going to have him way off the pace. J.D. Biddle had to go under him, and now Prater's going to go into the pits. So he's going to pit after hitting the wall. Let's watch some other battles here with Boomer Shine. He's new to the league. He's behind Davis for 9th and 8th. Oh, and Davis is slow off the corner. What's happening to Davis? What happened there? Something's going on with Dylan Davis. Oh, well, that's unfortunate for Dylan Davis. We now have 10 cars on the lead lap. Currently watching Thomas Coonan and Daniel Blanco. Thomas is catching him. There's a battle back here. Let's see what happened here. J.D. Biddle and Rodney Roberts. They're still battling. Thomas Coonan makes the pass on Daniel Blanco. So far, Thomas Coonan's best lap was on lap 7. Going to ride on board. Thomas Coonan, our second place finisher from last week. He is liking that high line. He's 5 seconds back from Jacob Schneider, who is the leader. He is right up on that wall, man. Meanwhile, Jacob Schneider, he's riding down on the line, honestly. Schneider looking for 15 in a row on Monday nights. Ever since he joined PRA on Monday nights, he has been undefeated. Watch it from the blimp here to see how everybody's doing. Landon Lacey's coming around. He's about half a straightaway back. And then you got Thomas Coonan. And there's a battle between Jerry Hendrickson and Daniel Blanco. Daniel's fallen back to 5th now. We saw Daniel have a different pitch strategy than everybody else last week at Atlanta. This track has a similar configuration to the old Atlanta, so will Daniel go long distances again with no pits? We'll see. And further back, we got J.D. Biddle. Rodney Roberts has lost him a little bit. Paul Boomershine. David Nannon. Jeremy Poole. Joey Kuba, and behind him is our leader, Jacob Schneider, in the AT&T 81. He puts Kuba a lap down. Now he puts Nannon. I think it was Nannon. No, I don't know who that was. It was Jeremy Poole. My bad. It was Jeremy Poole. Is 2 laps down now. Kuba is a lap down in the 93 Coors Light car. We got the 52 Granger of Jeremy Poole. That 24 AT&T car. That's an interesting paint scheme for a number 24. I have to say. Thomas Coonan in the 18. The Grit Coatings, number 18. We're going to ride on board with one person that surprised us last week with his entry into the series, Jerry Hendrickson. He's liking that middle line going down to the bottom, coming out of 2. We are spread out a little bit, but that is to be expected at a track like this. Daniel Blanco back to 5th. The Grid Finder Chevrolet. And it looks like David Nannon got a black flag. It must be entering the pits too fast or something. I missed it. Let's take a look. Why did he get a black flag? He was probably speeding. Yeah, he got up to 59 miles per hour for a second. Yep. So unfortunate for David Nannon, which is teammate Daniel Blanco in the Sunset Bend Motorsports cars. Jacob Schneider still 3.5 seconds ahead of Landon Lacey. Thomas Coonan, however, has cut into that lead by an entire second since the last time we focused on him. He's running that top line right up next to the wall. Get an inside look at what he's doing right now. He's coming up on Joey Kuba, who is a lap down in the 93 Coors Light car. So far, there's been 34 laps. Jacob Schneider has led all 34 so far. He's also had the best lap of the race, 23.613. Thomas Coonan has moved back a little bit. He was at 4.5 seconds when we first started looking at him, but he had to make a pass on the lap car, and it lost about 0.3 of a second on Jacob Schneider. But he is only 0.8 of a second behind Landon Lacey. And you can see him in the view now, inside cockpit view here at Thomas Coonan. See it from his eyes. He's still 0.8 of a second behind Landon Lacey. This could be a good race for second place here, heating up. Jacob Schneider still leading the race. Still no one touching him. We're going to move back here and see there is a little bit of a close battle. Not much. This is the closest battle we have on the track right now. And he passed him. Oh, that wasn't for position. My bad. So Paul Boomershine is 0.8 of a second behind Rodney Roberts. And that Hot Wheels 304. That would make Kyle Petty very happy. He is catching Rodney Roberts. He is now 0.7 of a second behind him. But we also have a battle heating up for second place between Thomas Coonan and Landon Lacey. They are also 0.7 of a second apart. Riding on board with Thomas Coonan. You can see they're right there in the same view for second and third. That is not the closest battle on the track, however. That goes to these two right here. This is for 7th place. They are still on the lead lap. Paul Boomershine, Rodney Roberts, 7th and 8th. Boomershine is 0.3 of a second on Rodney Roberts now. JD Biddle is catching Daniel Blanco for 5th. So we'll keep our eyes peeled to that too. Oh man, I didn't realize I wasn't seeing it live. There we go. My bad. He made the pass. I seen that on the scoreboard, and I was like, what happened there? For some reason it wasn't live. I apologize. They made the pass. Boomershine made the pass on Roberts. I'm glad I noticed. I don't know how long that's been going on. My apologies. So Roberts is now down to 8th. He should be potentially seeing there should be a view of Jacob Schneider. There he is. So Rodney Roberts in 8th place is seeing the leader in his mirror. Jacob Schneider is, he just rubbed the wall. I don't know if that's the first time, but he didn't get any incident points for it. That could hurt that car. We've seen Jacob mostly running the bottom line, so for him to be on the top line there, he must be trying to put some distance between him and Thomas Coonan and Landon Lacey. JD Biddle is looking at Daniel Blanco for 5th place. JD Biddle's on the bottom side. Daniel Blanco's on the middle line. They got some lap cars to face, but no big deal. Poole got down on the bottom. Blanco's he's definitely losing speed. Landon Lacey has pitted. That's your 2nd place car in the pits. And he got a black flag. Landon Lacey got a black flag. Excuse me. Battle heating up right here now. It's for 3rd place, but we know that Landon had to pit and Thomas Coonan pitted. Landon Lacey got a black flag, though, so that's going to hurt him a lot. He was running 2nd place. That is unfortunate. He's still on the pits. And Biddle's on the inside of Blanco. This is a battle for 3rd place on the track. Dylan Davis is a lap down, a few laps down, 19 laps down. He's there on the inside of Biddle. I don't know what happened to Biddle there. Oh, Blanco's rubbing the wall. I don't know if that's net code or if he really was rubbing the wall. Schneider has not pitted yet. The top 5 have not pitted. Schneider, Hendrickson, Blanco, Biddle, Boomershine. None have pitted. Boomershine is really close to being a lap down. We know that Dylan Davis probably has fresher tires than the leader cars. And Schneider has pitted. Our leader is on pit road. So that puts Jerry Hendrickson in the lead for the time being. Is Jerry Hendrickson going to lead a lap before pitting? Oh, he's coming in. Jerry Hendrickson's coming in. Daniel Blanco, is he going to pit? He is. He's going to pit. JD Biddle is going to lead a lap. JD Biddle has a lap led in tonight's race. That's 5 bonus points. He's the only one that has not pitted yet. If I were him, this would be the time I would pit, unless he's waiting for a caution. And that could very well happen. But we saw early in the race that the 4-car pileup didn't cause a caution. So JD Biddle's still leading. He's led 3 laps now. And Schneider is 18 seconds back, and you can see him catching so fast on the time. You can actively see Schneider is catching up seconds a turn. I guess at this point, Biddle is hoping for a caution because that's the only thing that's going to save him from losing a lot of time out here on old tires. He's got Rodney Roberts on his bumper, getting some TV time as he passes the leader. And he bumps the wall a little bit. He is our in-race reporter. When he pits, I'll let it cycle first. I don't want to distract him right now. We'll see what his mindset is. Oh, he just blinked. Oh, that was a big blink. 2 of them right in a row. For those that are uninitiated, blinking is referred to when someone disconnects from the service due to internet issues. And what happens is your car completely disappears from the track. And so a lot of people, they just call that blinking. So it's kind of been the de facto name for that. And so it can be very dangerous when you're around somebody and you blink like that. You can blink to where you're invisible, and then you become visible again right inside of somebody's car, and it can cause some major incidents. The iRacing service has no shortage of videos of people crashing crazily like that. So, when JD Biddle goes back into the pits, which he's going to have to, he has to pit at some point. Jerry Hendrickson just blinked. Landon Lacey's just blinked. Looking at Jacob Schneider, who will assume the lead once JD Biddle pits. And JD Biddle's going into turn number 3. Jacob Schneider's on the backstretch. Biddle's coming around to the start-finish line right now. Jacob Schneider was going into turn 3 as that happened. I can't talk fast enough to tell you. But he's got Thomas Coonan right behind him. And Daniel Blanco has assumed he'll be 4th place when JD Biddle pits. Biddle's not pitting again. Hendrickson's going to get his lap back right here. He's the 77 car. Dr. Pepper. Landon Lacey lost a lot of time in the pits. He's a lap down. That's unfortunate. He just got 1 lap back. He's in 8th place. He was 2nd place for the whole first part of this race. So far, JD Biddle has led 12 laps. He's been 12 laps longer than our potential leader. Once the pit cycle all the way back around, Jacob Schneider will be the leader again as they run. So we're just watching JD Biddle right now to see what he's going to do. Is he going to pit this time? He's running the high line. He's still running full speed. But we're going to move back here and see Jacob Schneider. He has 1.6 tenths of a second over Thomas Coonan, who will assume second place. When Biddle pits, Biddle is only a half a straight ahead of Jacob Schneider now. We're going to look at the blimp, and you can see them. I think that's Daniel Blanco actually right behind him. Yeah, Blanco is in the clutches of Jacob Schneider. Let's ride on board with our race leader once the pit cycle cycles. And Biddle is slow. Biddle's slow. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. But Schneider's going to assume the lead right here. Biddle's going to have to pit this time. I think that's what he's doing. Nice and easy. Don't get a black flag. Not sure what pit road speed is, but he's doing 42. So now Jacob Schneider has reassumed the lead. Daniel Blanco is in the clutches of Schneider. We've had 75 green flag laps so far in this race. Now, technically, the first incident of the race was on lap 3/4, and that should have been a caution. And Blanco just hit the wall. Biddle is out of his pit, and he's already a lap down. So whenever Schneider comes back around, Biddle will be 2 laps down. Schneider is saying, I won't be denied. There'll be 75 laps to go this time by. Jacob Schneider has led every race that he's been in since he's entered PRA, and he's won every Monday night race since he's joined PRA. Can anybody stop him? Can Thomas Coonan be the one to dethrone Jacob Schneider? Schneider has the most championships in PRA iRacing, has 3. The 3 championships, and he's only been here half a year. He won the Oval Championship in our IndyCar series, which is on Tuesday nights, hosted by Rodney Roberts himself, who is in the field in 6th place right now. Shout out to Rodney, all that he's done for PRA iRacing since he's been here. We appreciate him doing a whole lot. You win a championship over there in the IndyCar series, you get a trophy, a real one. You get a real trophy and some monetization. They got a great thing going on Tuesday nights. I was privileged enough to join Orion and I, our other broadcaster, for one race last season in the IndyCar series to be able to commentate with him. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I would like to do it more. More oval races. I'm not a road racing guy. I love road racing, but I'm not educated enough to know what to tell you. So I give that to the smarter guys. I'm not that smart. I see the guys in the chat. Daniel B. I still don't get your name exactly right, so I'm not going to butcher it. We got Wired in the chat. Good to see you all. We got Big Johnson over at Twitch. Hi, Cody. Just wanted to say hi to everybody while I had a chance, while there's nothing really going on. Now Biddle's back on the track. He is actually racing Landon Lacey for position, right? This is for 7th position. So even though they're a lap down, there's still some racing going on back here. There's 3 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Schneider, Thomas Kuhn, Jerry Hendrickson. Jerry Hendrickson has joined since last week in Atlanta, and he's put on an impressive show. And looks like J.D. Biddle's going to take the position from Landon Lacey to go up to 7th position. So we have 3 cars on the lead lap. We have 5 cars 1 lap down. Then there's Joey Kuba 3. Oh, there's a 4X right in front of Thomas Kuhn. Thomas Kuhn's involved. Oh, they're all involved. Jeremy Poole runs into the back of Thomas Kuhn, and Thomas's car is tore up. We are going to have to see what took place right there. Excuse me. So here we go, replay. Oh, Thomas just really got up on. Wow. Wow. He closed in on Joey Kuba so fast, there's no. Wow. Let's watch that again from another camera angle. Watch it from this one in slow motion. The first caution of the race. Should be the second, technical. But this hurts our second place car, Thomas Kuhn. He tries to take it to the inside of Joey, and he's just closing in on him way too fast. It just clips him on the inside. I don't know what led up to that. So let's rewind that. Let's go over to Thomas Kuhn and see what happened from his perspective. I don't think it was intentional. We're going to rewind it because, yeah. So here we go. Here it is in full speed. From Kuhn's perspective, he's trying to reel in Jacob Schneider. I think he was about 3 seconds back. You see the orange car way up there. And then bam. Yeah, he just misjudged getting around Joey Kuba. Joey Kuba is one of our officials. That is unfortunate for Kuba, Poole, and Thomas Kuhn. And so we got 1 lap to green. So let's go to Jeremy Poole's perspective. He had nowhere to go. There was nothing he could do. There was nothing he could do there. All right. Well, that is unfortunate, but we got to get back to live racing. We have 1 to green, and it looks like J.D. Biddle's going to have his lap back to start here. And oh my goodness, there's going to be Landon Lacey lining up on the inside line, 1 lap down. This is old school NASCAR. The lap down cars line up on the inside line. Old school NASCAR. And J.D. Biddle was in a position when the caution came out to where he got to get behind the pace car and not go a lap down. And he also doesn't get a waiver round. There was no waiver rounds back in 2003. And we're going to have green flag racing. Here we go. First restart of the race. We're trying to get everybody here. Let's see. We got the 2 AT&T cars. Landon Lacey's on J.D. Biddle. He's got the leader. They're hoping for a caution right now so they could get a lap back. Unfortunately, one thing iRacing does not do is allow you to race back to the line for cautions. which is exactly what in 2003 they did. You raced back to the line. There was not an instant, freeze the field whenever the caution came out. So that's one thing that iRacing does not allow you to do. NR 2003 does, but iRacing does not. So whenever the caution comes out, the field is frozen. But in 2003, in the actual NASCAR, they raced back to the line. And so that's one difference you're going to see here tonight versus the actual 2003 NASCAR. And so it kind of makes it a little more difficult for the ones that are in front of the leaders, like what J.D. Biddle was doing there, because when the caution comes out, the leader can't let anybody back on the lead lap. And Thomas Coonan is still in second, but it looks like he's a little rough now. He's got Jerry Hendrickson on the outside. Hendrickson's on the outside in the 77 Dr. Pepper car. Thomas Coonan on the inside in the 18 Toyota. Wait, that's a Ford. That's a that's a Ford. Sorry, that's a Ford. I'm just so used to seeing the 18 be a Joe Gibbs car, so I apologize for that. There was no Toyotas in 2003, so I'm sorry. I don't profess to be a professional at this. I just do it for fun, so you can take my mistakes and laugh at them. And this is a good battle right now for second place between Jerry Hendrickson and Thomas Coonan. There's a pad between Schneider and Hendrickson now, with Landon Lacey between them. Looks like Jeremy Poole is right there. He's got a destroyed car now. I will have to give him honor because he didn't just absolutely ARCA brake it. As soon as he saw the incident, he was on the brakes heavy, and he had the steering wheel turned right, and there's just nowhere for him to go. That's unfortunate. But it looks like Thomas Coonan got repairs. There wasn't enough cars a lap down to really affect his pit. And he's going to go back to the inside and try to take second place back from Jerry Hendrickson. This has been a good race right now for second place. Oh, and they touch! Contact! Where's that contact counter at, Cody? Side by side, Thomas slides it up, but he doesn't hit him. We have a meatball flag. What happened? David Nannon had a meatball flag for some reason. I'm going to watch it real quick. We'll see. I'm sorry that I don't have any stingers, but let's see what happened. Why did he get a meatball flag? He's been there for a minute. Okay. Well, I don't know. I didn't get any indicators. I apologize. There's still a battle here for second place. Hendrickson on the outside, Coonan on the inside. Coonan slides up in the backstretch. Tries to get the side draft off of Hendrickson. Hendrickson still got the outside line. This is going to burn up those tires on the outside line. And Coonan gets around him. Is Hendrickson going to try to fight back? Let's ride on board with Hendrickson. He just falls back in line behind Coonan, getting his draft, taking it easy, probably pulling off the tires a little bit because that was a That was a several lap side by side battle there that could very well burn your tires up. We have 50 laps to go. 49. All right, now Coonan is starting to pull away from Hendrickson. But Schneider still leads this race. He has led 85 laps of the 102. Let's see if Hendrickson has anything back in the tank to try to catch Coonan again. He's falling off a little bit. Coonan is now 0.3 of a second ahead of him. So right now, with their pit strategies, almost everyone has at least had 2 pit stops except for JD Biddle. JD Biddle's only pitted once, and it's been 30 laps since he's pitted. Everybody else has been about 19 laps. So Biddle's on old tires at this point. That allowed him to lead 17 laps earlier in this race, but with a black flag, I think. No, there was no black flag. My apologies. It was someone else that got black flag. It was Landon Lacey. Yeah, my apologies. All right, so now Coonan is 1.7 seconds ahead of Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry. Schneider is 1.7 seconds ahead of Coonan, and Coonan is a half a second ahead of Hendrickson. Sometimes I just get my words mixed up, and it aggravates me. So now Lacey is in the clutches of Coonan. So there is a lucky dog, and if there is a caution at any point right now, Landon Lacey would get a lucky dog for being the first car 1 lap down, and that would put him back in the hunt of this race because he was second place for the majority of the first part of this race until he got black flagged for speeding on pit road. I'm assuming it was speeding because when I watched it back, he was 55 miles an hour or something like that, and I think the pit speed's 45 at the most. So Coonan closes in on Lacey. Lacey might be taking it easy right now. Let's see here. He's 5.5 seconds ahead of Rodney Roberts. And let's give some TV time to our race leader. 93, going on 94 laps, led 94 of 111. 39 laps to go. The number 81 AT&T Fiber car. He gave a shout out to AT&T last week for giving him good internet so him and Thomas Coonan could door and bang without any netcode issues. And so now he's got AT&T slapped on the car, and so does Landon Lacey, his teammate. This is old school 2003 style NASCAR racing. If you like this, we're continuing it for the rest of the season. No playoffs, no gimmicks. It's straight Winston Cup points all season long. This is race 3. We're going to have 6 races this season. This was our pilot season. So we shortened the season a little bit to give everybody an idea that what's to be expected. The next time we do this will probably be a much longer season. And we thank GridFinder for partnering with us here at PRA to make this series happen. And while there's nothing going on, we'll take this time to give some TV time to our partners, GridFinder. Again, we thank GridFinder for joining us and partnering with us here for tonight's race. So let's go through the field real quick. We got Jacob Schneider in the lead. Thomas Coonan's 2.5 seconds back. Then you got Jerry Hendrickson, who is a second and a half behind Thomas Coonan. Then 4th place is Daniel Blanco, is 7.2 seconds behind Jerry Hendrickson. Then you have Landon Lacey, who is a lap down, and he's 16.5 seconds behind Daniel Blanco. And behind him is a battle for 6th place. Oh, Boomershine is on pit road. As I was switching to him, he went down to pit road. 6th place is JD Biddle now, who has only had 1 pit stop this entire race, and everybody else is closing in on 3 pit stops. Boomershine's, oh, I think he went out. Yeah, he's out. Boomershine pulled it off the track. He's in the garage. He's out of the race. Rodney Roberts is going to assume 7th place in a couple of laps. Then you have Joey Kuba, who was involved in that incident earlier with Thomas Coonan and Jeremy Poole in 9th place. Jeremy Poole in 10th place. Dylan Davis out. That is your running order right now. We have 10 cars in the field. We have a smaller field to start with tonight from last week, so. And so we have Jacob Schneider comfortably in the lead with 27 laps to go. He's led 106 laps at this point. His pit stop was 38 laps ago. I would assume that he's going to pit one more time before the end of this race. The tire fall off is great here. We've had 1 caution, 2 major incidents so far in this race. First incident was on lap 3. we'll take a look at that one more time. This was the incident that should have been a caution earlier in this race. Big crash. Mark Rudowski. I'm sorry. Apologize for misnomers there. But we're going to watch it from his perspective. Just watch this incident. What? Ah, shoot. Watch this from his cockpit view. Yeah, wow. What a hit. I mean, if that was a real crash, that would have hurt. Back in 2003, that would have definitely hurt. And so now we're back live. And I don't know how that wasn't a caution. The cars were stopped on the track and everything. So I really hate it for the guys that got crashed. There are no fast repairs in this series up to this point. There may be a change in that. I don't know. We'll see. We're going for 100% realism here. Other than that should have been a caution. That was incident number 1 of this race. And then incident number 2 was involving Joey Kuba and Thomas Kunin and Jeremy Poole. We'll watch this from Thomas's perspective. As you see, just basically, I don't mean nothing by this, but he ran over top of Joey Kuba. Back to green flag racing here. We'll watch. Schneider is almost 5 seconds ahead of Thomas Kunin. The close battle still right now is between Kunin and Hendrickson. If Hendrickson gets his 3rd place finish, I believe. Yeah, he finished 4th last week. So he'll improve his finishing position by 1, finishing in 3rd. Biddle has been blinking a bit. Let's go watch the Hendrickson car. Oh, he just smacked the wall as I switched to him. That is not good. He might want to pit it now. We got a few blinkers. Lacey's blinking. Biddle's blinking. And Poole is blinking. And you see that right now Schneider has a comfortable lead, 5.5 seconds over Thomas Kunin. Right on board with Jerry Hendrickson, who is 1.3 seconds behind Thomas Kunin right now. He's got Landon Lacey in between them. 16 laps to go. Jacob Schneider still leading this race, 117 of 134 laps. JD Biddle's the only other car in the field that has led a lap. We do have 4 cars on the lead lap with Daniel Blanco in 4th. We're going to give Blanco some TV time here for a second. And that beautiful grid finder car. This is PRA's first ever race at Rockingham in any series. with 12 laps to go. JD Biddle, let's see. Is Schneider slowing down? Nope. Biddle is coming up on Kuba. And when he makes that pass, oh, he got loose coming out of the turn 4. Hey, JD Biddle. This is Justin Phoenix. I seen that you just got around Cuba, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on what's going on in the race right now. We got 10 laps to go.
Well, you know, I've been kind of banking on this little fuel-saving strategy, turning this into a one-stop. I think that caution might have messed it up for me. Let's guys start pitting here in the next 10 laps. I think I'm about where I'm going to end up. I might catch up to Landon here before it's over with, but I've been just kind of taking it easy and trying to save tires, save fuel. You know, try to turn it into a one-stop here. So we're going to see how it works out.
Hey, I mean, you're the only other person on the track right now that has a lap led other than Jacob Schneider, so you got some extra bonus points doing that.
Yeah, I needed that, but damn, I think I threw it away trying to get them bonus points and let them lap. I think I stayed out too long, but I was trying to get about halfway, and I did. But I think I messed up now and put myself a lap down. So we'll see. Unless they start, like I said, if they start pitting here in the next 10 laps, I might have something cooking up, but I don't see that happening. So I'd say 6th, maybe 5th is about as good as we're going to get today.
It's been a good race for you so far. Whoa, you just hit the wall a little bit. I will let you concentrate for your last few laps. I didn't want to distract you too much.
No, you're good, brother. You're good.
Well, we thank you for joining us, and good luck for the rest of the race.
Thanks, man. We'll see you.
See ya. JD Biddle, our in-race reporter for tonight's race. He volunteered to be in the in-race reporter channel, so I can pull him in here anytime. Just wanted to get his thoughts on what he's doing, and we definitely seen throughout the broadcast that he is going for that one-stop strategy. If anybody's got a pit in the last 5 laps here, that could help Biddle, but I don't know that they will actually pit. So here we go. 5 laps to go. Jacob Schneider on the backstretch. And Thomas Coonan is 10 seconds back. Let's go back and look at Jerry Hendrickson. He is still 1 second back from Thomas Coonan. He could still catch him with 4 laps to go. Riding on board with Jerry Hendrickson right now. He just lost about 0.3 of a second to Thomas Coonan. You can see the evening sun is starting to glare into their windshields going down to turn number 1 and out of turn number 2. That can be distracting. It makes it a little harder for vision. Daniel Blanco looks like he is close to being a lap down. Not quite. But there's the story of the race. No surprise, 15 races in a row. Here he comes to get the white flag here at Rockingham Speedway, North Carolina. Jacob Schneider goes into turn number 1, comes out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch. One final time. Turn number 3, 12 seconds ahead of Thomas Coonan. No battle for them this time like last week at Atlanta. Jacob Schneider captures another checkered flag. 15 races in a row for Jacob Schneider. Still undefeated since joining PRA. Congratulations, Jacob Schneider in first. Thomas Coonan comes home in second. Jerry Hendrickson in third in that Dr. Pepper car. Daniel Blanco just crossed the line in fourth in the Grid Finder car. And that is the end of the race. Landon Lacey fifth. JD Biddle, our in-race reporter, sixth. Rodney Roberts seventh. Joey Kuba eighth, and I ran out of room. Jeremy Poole ninth. Paul Boomershine 10th. Dylan Davis 11th. David Dannon 12th. Derek Prater 13th. Chucky Walton 14th. Robert Hensley 15th. Mark Radowski 16th. And Dan Atkinson, who was involved in that incident at the beginning of the race, rounds out the running order in 17th. We had 17 cars in the field tonight. You get a really good look at Jacob Schneider's car right now. He is the winner of this race. This is the third race of the season, and he wins it again. The first one we're going to interview, I got to get him in here. Don't know who Jerry Hendrickson is in the Discord. But he is the third place car. I don't know who Jerry is in the Discord. We will figure that out. Get an interview. Trying to get the third place car in here. I don't know which one he is. '77 Jerry. Okay. Jerry H. There, I finally found him. Trying to get interviews, but we want to congratulate the top three: Jacob Schneider, Thomas Coonan, Jerry Hendrickson. We'll have interviews with them here just shortly, as soon as we can get everybody in the Discord. All right. Jerry Hendrickson, third place here at the Rock. Man, good race. That was an awesome race to watch between you and Thomas Coonan. How's it feel to get your first podium here in PRA?
It was really good, man. It was a real fun race. I really enjoyed it. Just got to work on my front tire wear a little bit more. Maybe I can be up there really running with those guys, but just fire off pace and front tire wear. Got to work on that.
Absolutely. You did really well. I mean, Thomas Coonan and Jacob Schneider are the two top guys in PRA right now. So you kept up with Thomas Coonan there in the last part. Is there anything you could have done differently?
I just should have. I should have rolled the top a little harder when I was fighting with him and controlled my entry a little better and just rolled the speed on the top. But I was cooking the entry a little too hard and eventually just gave way to him on the bottom. Just used a little too much front tire. Just haven't run these cars enough. Hopefully here soon I'll get that little error fixed and give these guys a little bit more of a run.
Yes, sir. It was good to watch, man. You've put on an impressive performance since you've joined PRA. You joined back at Atlanta, and we gave you a LPP for Daytona, so you got some extra points there. Get you in running for the points. What's your thoughts on the next race?
Man, I'm looking forward to it. I've raced in quite a few different leagues, and we mostly ride around under caution. You know what I mean? I've come to this league, and it's really nice to get long green flag runs and have some fun with some good clean racing guys. So I'm really looking forward to going into next week. Going to try to do a little more testing during the week, see if I can't fix a couple of my issues, and see if we can't get on up there.
Yes, sir. It'd be good to see you get a second place and maybe even a win next week at Michigan.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Obviously. Hey, you want to make any shout outs since you're here? 1776 Motorsports.
Yeah, I've got a shout out to my real life sponsors. They keep me going, keep me racing. I'll have a car painted for this series with them here soon. But they're a great bunch of guys. David's Engine Shop, my wire rope and management company next door. They take good care of us, man, and just got a shout out to them.
And it's been great to see you here last week and this week. You got 4th place last week. This week you get your first podium. Maybe you keep climbing the ladder, buddy. And it's good to see you here in Prodigy Racing Association. We'll see you next week at Michigan.
Sounds good to me. Appreciate you guys having me.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
You too, sir. Thanks.
And so that is 3rd place. And no surprise, we're going to move... Wrong person. We're going to move Thomas Coonan into the channel with us. Hey, buddy, you got another 2nd place. Man, that was a tough one. You and Jerry Hendrickson had a awesome battle there through the halfway part of that race. Give us some of your thoughts.
I mean, I felt like I had a faster car in this True Grit Coatings Ford number 18 car. I feel like we had a lot more speed tonight. I felt like I was playing catch up from a poor qualify, touching the walls. I think I could have executed a lot better, but it just wasn't meant to be tonight, even though I felt like I had the fastest car on track.
You did great, despite your qualifying effort. I did notice on the broadcast during qualifying you did hit the wall and you pulled it off the track, so that was unfortunate to the start. But man, 2nd place to Jacob Schneider is kind of the comfortable position for the fastest guys in PRA.
I know, but I want to take it to him at least. I just don't want to be always falling like 10 seconds behind him every week because I don't believe I deserve to be that far back. But if he's just that good, he's just that good. But I'm definitely gonna put more practice in, and I'm gonna try to beat him next week.
Give us some of your thoughts on the incident with Joey Kuba.
When I came up to Joey, I knew he was a lap car. I came up into turn 3, and a lot of the lap cars tonight, they were not necessarily like sticking to the higher bottoms consistently the entire night, so it was kind of difficult since this track has multiple lanes. I tried to pilot this number 18 True Grit Coatings car down to the bottom and overshot the corner because I took the speed that I would take for a top line, and it felt like we met in the middle, but I have to look back, but it felt like my fault at the end of the day.
Understood. I appreciate you admitting that at least. I mean, it obviously was not intentional to just overrun him, but those things happen in racing.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I want to publicly apologize for that. I could have raced better. I just poorly executed tonight, and they'll come back next week bigger and better. So hopefully that happens.
What's your thoughts on Michigan next week, buddy?
I think Michigan is a lot different, especially if we're going to run the older configuration. I think it's going to be a lot better. And I think it's going to be more passing opportunities since it's a drafting track. I think that it's going to be very dependent on who is better at saving the tire longevity and just seeing who has what at the end of the day.
Yes, sir. You want to make any shout-outs before we move on, buddy?
Absolutely. I would like to shout out my sponsors, True Grit Coatings. They make some of the best floors down in Florida. You should definitely check them out if you're living down there to get some brand new driveway. I would like to shout out my other sponsors, Rev Limit Workshop and THD, as they both definitely put some brilliant paint schemes on my cars week in, week out, and I wouldn't be here without them. And I would like to thank friends and family at home for supporting me through all my endeavors and getting through college and also doing the best that I can in racing.
Great job, man. And I want to publicly apologize for calling your car a Toyota during the race. I seen the 18 and automatically thought Joe Gibbs, modern day, not Joe Gibbs 2003. So I was like, whoops, that's not a Toyota, that's a Ford.
Yeah, I normally I normally run the 68, but I felt like running the 18 for this series. Something's a little different. Something's fun. But yeah, it's all good. No hard feelings.
Yes, sir. Well, we will see you next week at Michigan, and good luck on maybe having a W at that race.
Hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was Thomas Coonan for second place. And last but not least, our race winner and the most laps led yet again, Jacob Schneider in the winner's circle here at the Rock. Give us your thoughts, man. You didn't have a whole lot of challenge this race.
No. Once Landon sped in the pits, no one ever really got too close to me again. I just kind of chilled all race. I never drove past like 80%. So
that's saying something. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but man, going 80% and you were that far ahead of everybody else already.
you have to save tires for later on in the run. So I mean that's part of the strategy.
Absolutely. Hey man, you got AT&T on board this week. You gave him a good shout out last time. So was that the reason you put him on you and Landon's cars?
Yeah, Landon whipped that up for me. The car was as fast as AT&T Fiber tonight, and all I had to do is hold the steering wheel.
Dude, you did a great job as usual. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say to you. 15 races in a row that you won on Monday nights. You keep adding to the record books of the most wins in PRA. Any comments? I mean, this was mostly green flag racing. There were two incidents. There was one right on lap 3 that didn't cause a caution and probably should have. It was a 4-car crash.
The tire marks.
Oh yeah, it was a huge crash. The 87 car went straight into the outside wall, and if it was a real life race, that would have probably hurt. I mean, it was 160 miles an hour straight into the outside wall. So, but unfortunately for the 3 car, he got involved, and then others got involved as well. And with no fast repairs, they couldn't get fixed and back out on the track. So that should have been a caution, and then the other time was a caution between Joey Kuba and Thomas Coonan in the second place car. But yeah, green flag racing most of the time again. Any shout outs you want to make?
Oh yeah, PRA again, the most green flag racing league there is. I mean, I don't know if there's any stats to back that up, but it'd be hard to have less cautions. I mean, we had 3 cautions in 3 races, right? So I mean, it doesn't get better than that on iRacing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we went caution free at Daytona, then 2 last week because, cautions usually breed cautions because everybody gets bunched back up.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but everybody spread out again there after that yellow, and it was smooth sailing from there.
Sure was, and you had your teammate right there to kind of be a cushion between you and second place for a little while after that caution.
Yeah, I really wish he wouldn't have sped in the pits because I think he was clearly the second best car, and it would have been nice to get a 1-2 for the team. But he's got 3 more weeks to prove himself. He's got the speed. He's just got to put a race together.
He did get the fastest lap of the race. It was
there you go.
It was a 23.593. He was the only one in the entire race that got a 23.5. So let's see, what lap was it that he got his overall? Right there on lap 54, he got his overall best.
Yeah, right after he sped and he was angry. He ran the fastest lap.
Yeah, for real. Yep, exactly. But yeah, congrats again, 15 in a row on Monday night. Do you think anybody's going to dethrone you?
Landon or Coonan. I mean, they're the two that have been the closest. I was worried about Coonan when that yellow came out because last week I had a huge lead just like tonight, and he somehow found some pace after a yellow, and I guess he didn't have that extra in the bank like he did last week.
Yeah.
But Michigan will race more like Atlanta, so I think he'll be better next week.
Yeah, and next week you could have Coonan and Landon Lacey there with you. And I got to give an honorable mention to Jerry Hendrickson. He was keeping up with Coonan there for several laps.
I saw that. I thought he was going to finish second for a while.
Yeah, they were battling, and I think he burned his tires up. So Kind of like last week with Coonan battling with you and then burned his tires up.
Yeah. Yep. There's
Congrats
an art
again. There is. I don't know that art. So you guys are way better than me. That's why I'm up here in the booth calling the action and not actually on the track being a fool.
We'll switch one day.
Oh,
we'll switch for a race.
No.
I want to see it. I want to see it, Justin.
You want to see me in 17th place? All right.
I don't care. I don't care what position you're in.
Again, congrats, Jacob, on another win. We appreciate you racing with us here at PRA and giving good shout-outs for us. I mean, we're still recruiting. We still want a 20 to 30 car field out here every week. That would be great. Clean racing with all that would be even more fantastic. So thanks again, Jacob Schneider Racing. You can find him on YouTube.
Yes, sir. My wife's actually in the other room making a video right now.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you racing, and good luck next week at Michigan, and you've extended your points lead once again.
Sounds good. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome. See you, Jacob. And that was Jacob Schneider, everybody, the winner again after 15 races in a row on Monday nights. That includes the short track series and the street stock series and this series. And he's also won a couple of races in actually one race in the IndyCar series. So he's winning a lot here in PRA. He's got the record for the most wins of anybody in PRA iRacing. Who's going to top him? Can Coonan do it next week? Can his teammate Landon Lacey do it next week? Can Jerry Hendrickson or Daniel Blanco throw an upset? Or can JD Biddle's pit strategy help him win his first race here in PRA? We will see next week at Michigan International Raceway right here on Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on PRA Network 2 on YouTube, PRA_network on Twitch. We thank you for everybody who was in the chat watching on both Twitch and on YouTube. We thank you all for supporting us, and we'll see you next week. If you want to join PRA, you can find us on Discord at discord.gg/PRA, discord.gg/PRA. You can find our Grid Finder link in the chat on both Twitch and YouTube. Thanks again for watching. I'm Justin Phoenix, your host for PRA. We'll see you next week.